Japanese exports are faltering in the backdrop of slow global growth and falling exports to China. There are also concerns that Tokyo's recent trade restrictions on Korea could weigh further on Japanese exports. Our Seo Eunkyung has the details.
Japanese exports remained sluggish in May, falling for the sixth consecutive month. According to the Korea International Trade Association on Tuesday, Japan's outbound shipments were tailed at roughly $54 billion in May, down nearly 8% on year. Tokyo's exports have been on a steady downward trajectory since December of last year. Although the country started the year off strong in 2018 with a 12.3% on-year surge in exports in January, the figure dropped to minus 3.9% by December. The downward trend has persisted in the new calendar year as well. Exports slumped 8.4% in January 2019, leading up to a 7.8% fall in the month of May. A senior researcher at the Korea International Trade Association said the sluggish sales of semiconductor manufacturing equipment, wireless devices, and electronic components have largely contributed to Japan's ailing exports. The share of Japanese exports in world trade is shrinking as well. Japanese exports accounted for 5.1% of the global volume in 2010, but they have fallen short of the 5% mark for nearly a decade. In 2016, the country's share of world trade hit 4.07%, further dwindling to 3.99% in 2017 and 3.75% last year. Dark clouds are looming over its export forecast for the second half of the year as well, due to Japan's trade spat with Korea, its third largest trading partner. On July 4th, Tokyo slapped new export curve on semiconductor-related materials bound for South Korea. Analysts point out that Japan's export restriction may be a self-harming measure.
Japan's decision will initially have a negative impact on South Korean exports, but eventually, their decision will end up hurting both countries because Japan would have a hard time obtaining components for their electronic goods.
The researcher emphasized that Korea-made semiconductors are essential in the production of Japanese electronics, with Korea commanding a 60% share of the global chip market. Seo Eunkyung, Arirang News.